What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm bringing a video which is probably going to be the last of its series. That's right. If you guys have been keeping on my channel, you guys know I do a bunch of variety of Dragon Ball stuff, from Dokkan, Legends, to Fighters, to Xenoverse, to stuff like this right here. You know what's inside this box? Graded PSA cards. Now, the reason I'm stopping the series is for two reasons. The main one being, it's not as exciting to get these cards graded. And the reason why is, and this is a first world problem, is because the card quality is so good that I'm pretty much guaranteed this is going to be all PSA 10. So it's like the excitement isn't as hype when you get a PSA 10. On my second channel where I do Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, every time I get a PSA 10 for those over there, which are a lot more harder to get as perfect scores, it's so hype. But over here it's like, well, it's not probably going to be PSA 10, so like, where's the hype factor? So with that said, unfortunately, if you enjoy these PSA card returns for Dragon Ball stuff, I'm sorry, but this is my last time I do this. However, I will say this. I know that some of you guys do enjoy seeing this kind of stuff, so I guess this is your last chance to kind of speak up on it. If you do enjoy it, then let me know in the comment section below, or by leaving a like or something, just some kind of feedback, because then I can maybe like look at it after the video goes live and think, well, maybe I should still keep doing it. But if not, I'm kind of like heading in the direction that this is going to be my last time I do a PSA grade returns for Dragon Ball Super cards, unless, you gotta always put the disclaimer in there, unless I get a batch of like promo cards or like SCRs or SPRs at some point, stack them up and send those in, because those might be actually really exciting to get back as grades, because even if you get them as PSA 10s, it's really hype. But in this situation, because the card quality is so good, you always kind of expect them to be 10s, so I feel like it's not as exciting to watch these returns. But then again, I don't even know, like the feedback from you guys is what tells me what you want to see, so again, you gotta help me out. Either hit the thumbs up or a comment or something, and then based on what the community says afterwards, then I'll decide what happens in the future. But for now, I'm kind of leaning towards this being the last one. Alright, first card. We got Kefla, 10. See, this I'm talking about. It's an automatic 10. That is also a gorgeous card, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if this was like a 9 or 8, it would be kind of funny. But like, I expect it to be pretty much a 10 because the quality is so good. And you're probably wondering, well, Rhyme, if you open these packs, pack fresh, they're always going to be 10s, right? No, incorrect. In most card games, you could still get like factory errors, like the card's off center or something. Or maybe just some kind of damages that were happening while the card was in the pack. Like, a lot of times when you open a pack, it's usually PSA 8 or PSA 9, so to get a 10, it's really difficult. So it's not even that it's like pack fresh, it's just that the card quality for these are just really, really good. So big shout out to Bandai for having good quality. There's only one in the world, according to the stats on the PSA website, and I own the only one. And again, not many people are grading cards in the first place. If people do grade Dragon Ball Super cards, it's usually the SPRs and stuff like that, or the SCRs. By the way, I got something for you guys. Look, a Blue Buffalo, a non-PSA 10 card for once. If you do end up watching this video, and if you leave a comment or something, I'm going to do a random comment picker thing at some point in the next day or so, and I'm going to actually choose one of you guys to get this as a kind of like a last time PSA Dragon Ball Super card gift. So if you guys want to participate in that, then you can also join there, but like, I'm going to pick one person and get this through PSA or through a random comment picker, and then I'll get your information through, you know, by liking your comment, pinning it, hearting it, sending you all sorts of notifications to make sure you actually see this, and then if you do respond, this will be coming your way. So good luck to whoever gets that. Let's get into the next one. So over here we got, oh, Mirror Creator Absorbed, 10. It's a 9! Why is it, of course, when I sit down and say these always come back as 10s, this is a 9. And on top of that, I actually wanted this one as a 10. This is a cool card. Of course, introduced in Xenoverse 2. This card is kind of special to me because anything that's Xenoverse related, I feel like is just more attached to my brain, because like, Xenoverse did a lot for my channel growing up, as if it wasn't like the last 2 or 3 years. But still, I would love to have this as a 10. Why is this a 9? See, this I'm talking about. I pulled this out of a pack, and apparently it's not good enough to be a 10. Must be like a centering issue or something somewhere, but whatever. I'm not the expert. Okay, watch these all be 9s now because I started off the video with the bad juju. Next one we got Temporal Darkest Demigra, 10. What did I just say? What did I just say, Ninja? Did I just completely waste that intro? Wow. And of course, it's the Xenoverse card that doesn't come back as a 10. People always ask me what I do with these cards. I just throw them into my collection. I have like a box of cards where I store my Yu-Gi-Oh, my Pokemon, and Dragon Ball stuff. A lot of these cards I save for giveaways, and I'll just toss them out here and there because I feel like it's a lot easier to send these out to people, and you guys seem to love them. But for the most part, it's like I have my own collection, and then I have the ones that I kind of just save there for, like, you know, potential promo stuff in the future. Okay, I got this from San Diego Comic-Con. This is like a special super limited card. Okay, that's a 10. There we go. Now we're getting to 10s. Now we're getting to the 10s. How many of these exist? I feel like not many, because nobody sent these in to get graded except for me initially when these first were released. And look at that. There's 3 PSA 10s in the world, and guess who owns all 10 of them? Or all 3 of them? Me. That's cool. It's not really a valuable card, but again, anytime something is limited in the trading card world, you always want to be able to get it graded. If you get it as a 10, basically that score is locked away forever. That card is not really valuable that much right now. I mean, it could be in the future, but for now, I feel like it's not that valuable at all. But you know how it is. Like, over time, trading cards, this is what goes up. Okay, so this is one reason why I decided to do this actually on the channel. I initially wasn't even going to do an unboxing for this set because, again, same reason, it's not as exciting. But if you pay attention, it's a PR. This is a card that actually D3 sent me, and it's a 10. Okay, D3 actually played with these. D3 actually used all these cards before he sent them to me, and surprisingly, this came back as a 10. How many of these exist in the world? Where are you? What's this called? This is called Joyful Strike Goku Black Rose. Joyful Strike Goku Black Rose. Where are you on this list? I have my other screen pulled up so I can look at the scores. There you are. There's currently, probably not that many. Yeah, there's only 1 PSA 10 in the world and I own it. So one of the beauties of having like essentially being like the sole owner of like a PSA 10 card is technically it's going to be, if it ever builds a demand, it's like I kind of control the market for it. Like granted, I'm sure there's more people out there who have these cards just sitting there. You might get them graded, and then you might get more PSA 10s in the world, and then the market tends to fluctuate. But there really isn't really a built-up market for Dragon Ball Super cards yet. Usually prices are dictated based on if a card is meta or not. So for example, like there's that, it's another 10, that's what I'm talking about. There's that UI Goku, which is like a $200 card, just PSA, like nothing. Just like if you buy it near mint, it's $200. It's like a Ultra Instinct Goku that was part of a super limited set. If you were to get that graded, the value technically, if you put it as a PSA 10, will be somewhere around $1,000. But the thing is, no one would buy that because there's no real like collector market yet. However, if there was, that card would even skyrocket even more over the course of the next couple of years. But again, unless that market builds up, by the way, there's only one of these in the world. Unless that market builds up, you're never going to really see real value with these cards. Now with Pokemon, when a card is of high value, people are actually buying them. Like right now, as I'm recording this video, there is a first edition Shadowless Charizard going up on eBay right now for $25,000. And it's probably going to end up around 30 or 40 when it actually sells. Like this is someone actually bidding on it. It's like a professional PWCC auction style type of thing. So yeah, because there's demand and low supply. Whereas here, there's more supply, but not as much demand from the collector market because most people actually just play the game. And look at that, we got another 10. Now we're getting back into the 10s that I was talking about. How many of these exist? This is actually just a regular SR, right? No, this is promo still. There are 2 of these in the world. Look at that, I'm not the only one. Finally! Look at that. So I feel like there's probably more of a collector factor to this card as well because if someone else sent it in to get graded, it's got to mean something. That makes sense. Next one we got, Hit Conqueror Time. Be a 10, be a 10, be a 10, be a 10, be a 10. It's a 10, baby! That's what I want to see! As you guys know, Hit's one of my favorite characters from Dragon Ball Super, and the homie D3 sent me this card as well, and the art is awesome. What I love about promo cards, I don't know if you can really tell, again, PR on the bottom right, you can see kind of like how it's like ridgy. It's kind of got that like the texture to it. And any type of trading card has texture, I think is always awesome. However, it's also a gift and a curse because anytime you add more to a card, it's potentially something else that can get damaged. In this case, it didn't get damaged, so therefore we're lucky here. But this could have been easily like a PSA 9 or something because of that. And it's only 1 in the world. But then again, there's not that many Hit fans in the world. If you're a Hit fan, speak up. Say something down below. But I feel like if there is a influx of collectors in the Dragon Ball Super card world that love hits, I'm gonna luck out because there's only 1 PSA 10 in the world that exists. Vegito! Oh, this has got to be a 10. It's a 10. It is an absolute 10. How many of these exist? Anytime you get the fusion characters, like the fan favorites, you especially want those as 10s because you never know if the collector market does build up. These will be money cards. There's currently 2 in the world actually, so it looks like someone else sent this in alongside me. And before, it's actually D3 who just sent all these in, and then he's the other collector out there. Oh, I wonder what this card is. It's actually Super Saiyan Saiyan Delusion Hercule. From his retelling of how his fight in Dragon Ball Super against Beavis. And it's a 10, look at that! Another 10, that's what I want to see. Give me all the 10s. This is probably going to be the only one. Yep, there's only 1 in the world and I got it. Put that to the side. Next one, what we got? Light of Hope Trunks. Big shout out to Lord of Anime. Levi, if you happen to be watching this video, probably not watching this video because Levi sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Lord of Anime, your Trunks over here. Your Trunks. This is my Trunks, but he likes Trunks, okay? He likes Trunks. I always make fun of him for it. There's currently 2 in the world, actually. Okay, so I guess I'm not the only one. And it's a 10. And it's a 10. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Notice how I like looked over and actually looked up how many exist in the world, and I just assumed that was going to be a 10. Yeah, because this is kind of like the thing I was talking about. It's not as exciting. Gohan. 10 again. Look at that. Getting all the 10s. Again, it's not the worst to have 10s because, again, when it comes down to collectors, or collecting cards, having PSA 10s is like, it's kind of, wow, There's 6 of these in the world. This must be like a money card. Like, a lot of people said this in to explain the whole process, because a lot of you guys might not even be familiar with cards. So it breaks down to a 1 through 10 score. If a card is a 10, basically what this means is this card is in absolute flawless condition. It is sealed away forever like this. No matter how much time passes, this card is good. Now, if you were to take a card, for example, let's say actually, here's one over here. Over here, this has just been in the sleeve. This is actually also a promo card, as you can see by the PR on the bottom right. This has just been kind of in the sleeve. If I keep this in the sleeve or put it in a binder or something, it's going to get creased, it's going to get bent, it's going to warp, and that takes away the value from the cards. But once a card is graded, if it's a 10, it is good to go. It's sealed. Like, this is like the definition of perfection. So that's kind of like what grading cards does. You buy a card, it increases the value, and then essentially it's like, it makes collectors happy, if that makes sense. Another 10. Oh, it's a 9. Okay, there we go. I would love to have that one as a 10. Again, another promo card. Look at the rigidness. Is awesome. PR on the bottom right. How many of these exist? Let's see. Wow, there's 1 9. Guess who has that 1 9? And there's 2 10s. So it looks like there is really somebody out there who's sending cards in to get graded next to me. I love seeing that. Maybe you never know. Maybe after, I don't know, the next year or so, there's going to be a huge influx of people sending in cards, and then there's going to be a big collector market developing, and the next thing you know, all these cards that I'm probably still going to have will be super valuable. Maybe that's what happened to Pokemon. Another 10. Definitely Broly is definitely one you want to have as a PSA 10 as well, because he is definitely a fan favorite. Although I got to say, I like the Dragon Ball Super Broly way better than that. There's currently 2 PSA 10s in the world, and of course, I got one of them. Watch that one person that grades cards be watching my video and be like, dang it! This guy over here is increasing the market with these. I'm sorry, man. What do you expect me to do? Another Vegito. It's another 10, as expected. See, like if this is Pokemon openings, I would probably just be getting 8s and 9s left and right, and then I would get that 1 10. It's like, yes! Like the feel of pulling a 10. But then again, also at the same time with Pokemon, like I said, there is a collector market. They're way more in demand, and like when you pull a PSA 10 Pokemon card, that's like a super rare vintage card. We're talking about potentially thousands of dollars of value beyond a card. Whereas with this, it's probably like $50 to $100 tops. There's currently 2 10s in the world for the promo Vegito. Next one, we got Baby Dawn of Vengeance. And another 10. Once again, PR on the bottom right. I feel like this is going to be the only one, because I don't know why anybody else would send this in. Yep, correctly. There's only one PSA 10 Baby in the world. Next one. We're almost done here. We got Leap to Victory Dark Prince Vegeta. It's a 10, as expected. And again, another fan favorite, Majin Vegeta, or I guess the new name for him, the Prince of Destruction, which is so weird and edgy to me. There's 2 of these, actually, so it looks like, again, someone else is sending these. You know what's funny? What if, like, I actually sent these in a while back and forgot, and the other that exists for these are actually just me? I wouldn't be surprised. Nah, I would remember that. We got Frieza. This is another promo card, and another 10. Getting all the 10s. I mean, I guess it's not the worst to have a problem where you do a PSA graded return and everything comes back as a 10, because then you get the max value for the cards. There's only 1 of these in the world, and I got it. That's what I want to see. Next one is 2 left after this. Haida Master Son Goku. This is actually just a regular SR. It is. I remember when I pulled this pack. So me and Nana got the same box, you know. And if you guys keep up with the Dragon Ball Super card game, they usually have alternate art for SRs in SPR format. I remember I pulled the SR version, and then Nana pulled the exact same card, but in the SPR version in the same day. Like I remember, I was happy about this, and I watched Nana's video. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's a 9. What? Why is this a 9? Oh, 1 9 in a row, then 1 10. Gotta find that one person who has that 10 so I can snatch that card from him. Can't be having competition out there. Goku, 10 again. No, whoa, what's another 9? Why is this a 9? I like how the promo cards all mostly came back as 10s, and then here's the SRs, which would be easier to grade, and they actually are not coming back as anything good. There's 1 9 and 4 10s, so it looks like there is some kind of market being built around that as far as the demand side for the Goku. Final card, here we go. We got Kami's Power Piccolo. It's a 10. At least we're going to end it on a 10. At least we're going to end it on a 10. And as far as how many of these exist, there's 1 10 in the world, and I got it. Okay, you know what? I'm not mad. This is pretty solid. I mean, look at the 9 pile compared to the 10 pile. It's stupid, isn't it? Anyway, so if you enjoyed this... Oh, actually, there's more. I've got to put these over here. If you enjoyed this last time opening for the Dragon Ball Super card game featuring PSA Grade Returns, again, hit that thumbs up in the comment. If there's enough feedback, I might consider bringing these back in the future, but for now, I just expect and assume this is going to be the last time I do a PSA Grade Return for Dragon Ball Super cards. Specifically for Dragon Ball Super cards, because if you watch my main or my second channel, I will keep doing PSA graded Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards over there, so that's not going anywhere. But as far as Dragon Ball Super cards on the main channel, I'm just probably going to stick to opening. That's about it. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed today. My name is Rhymestyle. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.